wherever I go. And I found a Savior, and He's sweet. I know that I found a Savior, and He's sweet. I know.
Thank you for your words. Thank you for bringing to my consciousness your beloved grandmother. And I want to thank you for all those that have passed away that you brought up on that screen. Thank you for that. And it's always good that you keep in remembrance those who have passed on to ancestors, but when they were alive, they made life better because they lived for us.
Grandma was the candy lady. Shit, this world won't understand you, baby. And no matter how old you are, you gon' always be your grandma, baby. Grandma was the candy lady. Grandma ran the liquor house. Grandma bring the liquor out. Selling bootleg and brandy, baby. That woman was a hustler. Grandma sold the little children Reese's Pieces. Also eating jab. Good liquor, that's easy Jesus too. That woman sold Jesus pieces. She'll pull out the Bible when you needed Jesus. Back then it was Easter. Grandma knew the Bible, she could preach to the preachers. My grandma teach the teachers. Couldn't find one crack in the features. Not with all that black in the features. I could hear a cheer for me in the back of the bleachers. I'm ashamed cause I'm back on the street shit. With my boy breaking crack into pieces. She said, son, you gon' find my Jesus. They can take everything but not my jazz. Grandma, I'm still in the game. Grandma, you bought me these sneakers. Know you can hear my sneakers screeching. Way up there in the bleachers. Know I'm still out here with the people. Even though we act like demons. They can take everything from us, but my Jesus. Man, Grandma was a candy lady. Grandma selling candy, baby. Grandma ran a liquor house and that brown paper bag is some brandy, baby. Grandma sold cognac. Grandma sold Hennessy. On her wall was a picture of us. This hood gon' remember me. I do this for my nephew and nieces. I'm trying to guide all my nieces, cause they look up to Mercedes and Keisha. Instagram models with the gorgeous features, but they strippers, Georgia peaches. That's what they call them, Georgia peaches. But I don't judge them, they all my people. Every time I make a shot, I look towards the bleachers for my Jesus, my Jesus, my Jesus.
Grandma was like Jesus' mama, raised us without a man in sight. Old Bird was a southern belle, but she taught us all how to fight. Made me confront the bully. It's okay, baby, stand your ground. And she watched me pop a willy. Pick me up when I feel down. Buzz hands used to pick the cotton, and her hands played the tambourine. Used to drag us all to church and introduced us to the King of Kings. Mother didn't even use a bank. Kept the money right in her Bible. Said niggas didn't look in books. Said they never get past the title. Old Bird was sweet as candy. Yeah, ma had a heart of gold. Nah, baby, that ain't your uncle. I just took him in and raised him as my own. Never known her to work a job. She reared her children's children. Your grandma stayed in pain, but she found her healing, kneeling. Never saw her smoke a drink, though she was known to make a little wine. Wasn't looking out sneaker sip. She catch a nigga every time. Told me I'd be a preacher. I looked at her, didn't say a word. Cause I like liquor, hoes, and reefer. When the God called me though, bruh, I heard. She said that change gon' come. One day we all be free. And even though she had dementia to the day she died, she remembered me.
Grandma was a candy lady. Grandma sold candy, baby. Grandma ran a liquor house. Grandma selling brown liquor, brandy, baby. Grandma was a candy lady. Grandma sold candy, baby. Grandma sold gin. Grandma sold brandy, baby. Said a world full of sin, so they may not understand it, baby. Grandma sold the baby's candy. Grandma sold the neighbor's brandy. Grandma was a hustler. Grandma trying to feed her family, cause there wasn't no Section 8. Just a few coins in that collection plate. Go get a job. Go get one of them kids.
See, when you come into Islam, you develop develop a new thought that brings a new mind, that brings new action. Your creative genius starts reflecting the newness of your mind.
Candy Lady, man. Oh man, I thank Allah that Brother Grayco asked me to be on that song because I could resurrect my grandmother, man. Ah man, it's a wonderful woman, man. That woman. Ah man, I thank Allah that that the brother put me on that piece right there, man. You know, when I was writing that rhyme, man, I was crying. Because, man, that was just, man, outside of my Trinity, brother, it's the most important person in my life, man. I couldn't have made it without her. Man, it's just a wonderful woman, man. So, that song right there, that might be my favorite one, you know? And I thank Allah that you forced me to do it. I thank Allah that Brother Grayco wanted me on that song, man, because it brought a side of me that, you know, sometimes, you know, it goes dormant, you know, people that are in your life that mean the world to you when they're gone. You don't get a chance to remember what it is that they did for you all the time, but I thank Allah that brother brought that out of me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. That shit crazy. Damn. Yeah, man, I told you I was crying when I was writing that shit, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, still, bro. Just thinking about my grandmother, man. We used to call her Ma, affectionately. You know, Ma, man. You know, when I went to the Million Man March, you know, my mother is the only Christian that I know. My grandmother, you know. Of course, all of my people go to church. I know plenty of people that go to church, but my grandmother lived the life of Jesus, man. She took care of other people. She was selfless. She thought about other people first, man. She always taught us about God. I would lay in the bed with her. She would read me Bible verses, man. So, you know, when I went to the Million Man March, I knew then that I was going to join the Nation of Islam. So, you know, I was the only person who I was worried about what they would think is my grandmother, you know. And she told me, she was like, oh, you know, I saw that Million Man March. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, I was so proud of y'all. And I was like, yeah, Ma, you know, I'm thinking about joining the Nation of Islam, you know, being a Muslim. Would you have a problem with that? And I remember she was in the kitchen sweeping, and she said, she didn't even look up at me. She said, God don't care what you say you is. God care what you is. That stayed with me all my life, man. It stayed with me. My grandmother was telling me, you can't be bullshitting with it. If you're gonna be a Muslim, be a Muslim. If you're gonna walk out there and reflect that man, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you make sure you reflect him right. You make sure you walk and carry yourself how you supposed to. Don't just put on no damn bow tie and walk out there and think you a Muslim because you got a bow tie on. Nah, you walk out there and you walk in the light that that man is walking in. Do your best to carry yourself how a Muslim is supposed to carry themselves. And Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, man, that a good Muslim is a good Christian, and a good Christian is a good Muslim. So, all praise is due to Allah for that life lesson.
So I'm gonna play every single thing, or oftentimes I'm gonna hear a sound, or I'm gonna hear a sample, and I'm gonna break that sample down. So on this one, basically what I did, I love melodic sounds, I love piano sounds, I love wide sounds, and in this one in particular, you know, you just add the little, you know, part in the background, the singing in the background, and then to make variation, when I break the I'll break the singing out, go straight to the piano and strings, that aspect, and then on another part, what I do to get another variation, because you got to move in rap, I reverse it. So I'll reverse the sound. So now I got 3 different variations, because in rap you need variations, but you need simple variation. When you're doing R&B, when you're doing jazz or any other music, you have changes in the music, and usually around every 4 to 8 bars they're going to change it. But rap has to be simple. You have to understand rap. And so then the most important part, I don't know if you all can get this, the words in here, is the slap. You know, I have my beat, but it's the slap. So what I'll do is, usually I get the hi-hat first. Generally I do the hi-hat first, but if I do a hi-hat like this, I'm playing with it. So it's not like a 16, nothing like that. It's something that I'm playing with. So generally something like this I will do after the beat. So this one, the bass drum is first. So I'll put it right on. So I hit the bass drum, make sure that it hits. And with the snare, what I've been doing a little more lately is I've let the snare vary a lot, instead of just I let it vary some, so I get a large, you know, get a large hit here, and then I break it down here, all snares and claps, and then I add the hi-hat last. And so I just make sure that it doesn't fight with the beat, that, you know, that is something that, you know, enhances the beat. Like this part, I think if I imagine rapping to it, I'm an old rapper, so I imagine rapping to it. And then when I hit the beat, does the beat change that? The beat should not change that flow from when I break it down. So at this point, what I do is I'll bounce these tracks, and I'll put them all on 2 tracks to make it easier for me to control. And then I have certain plugins that I put on this one. I love this one, the sausage fattener. Real simple, but it makes the beat heavier. And that's what I generally do in my process. Now, sometimes I add a bass if the low end is not, you know, good enough. But on a song like this, I use those keys as a long end. I got my homie, nephew, you know what I'm saying, little mentee, that's Verbiage here. He's doing a lot of vocals on a lot of different tracks as well. I was gonna shout out to the brothers, because they're real creative, and they get my creative juice flowing. I'm glad that everybody dug this track. I'm glad they liked it. You know, praise belongs to Allah. But basically that's my process on any beat, not just this one. But beats like this, I love more. I like melodic, slower beats that things are wide and gives you a big, you know, panoramic view when you're rapping, because it just kind of brings home the vocals and makes you think, introspective, makes you go deeper. And I love to end songs like this. The way I break them down is I'll let usually the slightest sound kind of send us home. So I went back here to a melodic reverse sound. So this will send us home, so I can fade out at this point, and we good. We fade to black. So that's how your brother Moore, man, that's how he makes his beats, and that's how on this particular song we out.
Dope. Alright.
I'ma take you back way before PlayStations. We had Atari, or we were in the yard racing. I told my cousins, y'all, Grandma in the kitchen and she pacing. It's like, it smell good, Grandma, what you making? She said, baby, I got a cake that I'm baking. So walk soft, cause it'll fall if you shake it. Well, with a frosting at, Grandma, let me taste it. I eat it all, I promise not to waste it. Icing all over our fingers and our faces. The cake gone, no crumbs, no traces. But Grandma ain't the one you wanna play with. Nerves get bad.